do me dirty, I'ma find you, lay your out on the floor. 19 with a I got rich by myself. Rather do this alone. I wasn't asking for no help. They keep asking how I'm winning with the card that I was dealt. Boy, I work hard for the seat and I ain't buckling my belt. Call my brother on the phone. He said, broski, you a star. I said, brother, hold it down. Soon we'll all be living large. And it's crazy how last year was on my garage. Now I'm in a good position for this life, can't sabotage. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now it in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. I got tattoos on my face, I use that as motivation. I can never get a job, so for my dream I'm dedicated. For a second, lost myself, I was too busy getting busy. Now they see me out in public and be knowing what my name is. All these rappers want the clout and the life of being famous. I just wanna be stable, tell my family we made it. I was coming for my spot, a young had to be patient. Now I'm running up, these bands can hit the island for vacation. I've been on my haters, you could say I'm constipated. 5 racks on his fit, just to stunt while I'm in Vegas. On my body, shout out to my Caleb Young. Got the cake up, now these wanna date us. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Here we go. All right, get set, fellas.
Carr to throw on second down. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little... late getting there, and it's third down. Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. From the shotgun, Griffin. He uncorks it for Snead. He's got him in, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 43 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll They'll throw on first down with Griffin. This will be caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hayden Hurst, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. James has got it. Complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now here's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. And the Ravens taking the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run in the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. On second down, Collins. And down he'll go at the 25. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They pitch it out to Collins. And some room to maneuver. And all the way down to the 26. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
To throw is RG3. That's caught out left by Perriman, and he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He had the touchdown catch on the last drive. Now he's got a first down. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Here's a first down run with Collins. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling. That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Mahomes now on first down. Flush to his right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. They'll go screen here to Hunt, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. That last catch winds up costing him 3, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd and 13. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. That's pulled in by the rookie from Oklahoma State, James Washington. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Well, they picked up the 1st down, but I'm just going to say it. I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot, and it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
And it wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that ball.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. On 1st down, Mahomes. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now Mahomes. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Washington. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be fourth down. And Boswell's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It's not like you're going negative on me, partner.
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Throwing now, Griffin on first down. Steps away to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Off the play fake. Here's Griffin. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Here's Griffin. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He gets it to Brown. Good play. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
And there was absolutely 0 pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's return for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Mahomes now to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Baltimore after this. From the gun, it's Mahomes. But it's brought in by Washington. And they can't bring him down. And all the way down to the 37. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 42 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there and gets the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try to run with Hunt. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. After the interception, here's Griffin. Forced out to his left. Brought in left side by Snead. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. They go play action here on first down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. On second down, Griffin. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Brashad Perriman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they'll start the drive here with an end around. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a new way of doing it.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. We talk about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. C.J. Mosley coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On second down, here's Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. This is Collins on the handoff. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On second down, here's Griffin. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and say, guys, let's go. Come on, capitalize on this one.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Someone. Coming after you. 36, go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Wide open receiver, complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike. Goal. Great. Watch the twist.
On play action, they'll throw. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster, and he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Great. Great.
Foles. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Flat.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. Tackle made there by Chris Wormley.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Steelers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Go.
There's Foles. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Let's go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Got to figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Now it's Hunt pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is down to 28-10. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being...
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Collins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
He's going deep for Brown. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
180. Hey, go. Sound good. Sound good. Let's go.
Now Foles. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there again will pay off for them.
This will be caught by Brown. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Hey, go. Sound good.
They'll look to throw here. On the left side, it's McDonald. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Receiver. Go. One.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Great. We go. One out. Check. Go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And McDonald here over the middle. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there at 22. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Hey, 1-1.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Great. Thick, girl. 1-1. Hayden's goal.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Boswell's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Get him, boy. Under.
They go again with Collins. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll start with great field position completion at the 41-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, two-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth.
Zebra. One.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one complete, right side to McDowell. Is out of bounds inside the 30. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need two of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Foles now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw now on first down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. Back to throw here. Washington with the catch, middle of the field. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
Here we go. Go. Tiger. Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. Well, that'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This is caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
The drive starts with a run by Collins. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back.
Under. Watch 98 tonight. Do that.
And again, it's Collins. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They'll try and run forward with Collins. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
319.
Now Collins, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
They run with Collins. Space to maneuver at the 40, and he takes it all the way up to the 47. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
But, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for the Ravens, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching.